Hello, it's Regina. Welcome back to my haunted library. Today I have a review for a new book, kind of new, at least it's one of the newer ones I've read in a while, and that is The Institute by the great Stephen King. So this was a buddy read that I did with just recently with a couple of other booktubers whom you may know, and that's Jason from Jason's Weird Reads, Rachel from The Shades of Orange, and Sean from Eclectic Reads. And I'm going to link all their channels below. And they will probably have review videos about this book coming soon, if not already. So it was really great reading with a group of people because it really spurred me on to finish this pretty quickly. And despite the fact that it's like a 500-page book, it really did move fast. So I haven't read a new Stephen King probably since I read Mr. Mercedes a few years ago, and I know there were some sequels for that I didn't continue, and I really did enjoy that book too. This is not a straight up horror, and I don't even know if Stephen King has really written like horror, like old-fashioned kind of horror he used to write for a while. But this was more, I would say, like almost like a science fiction thriller. A lot of people have compared it to Stranger Things. Now, I really can't say because I only watched the first season of Stranger Things. And then, I don't know, I guess I just kind of lost interest. But Stephen King was really the start of that kind of, maybe not the start, I don't know. But he really popularized the idea of like the kids with, of course, It, which Stranger Things obviously has drawn a lot from It. And the children in this book also have that kind of feel. I think it was Jason from Jason's Weird Reads who was saying that King was actually the one who kind of started the whole Stranger Things thing, that is riffing on King and not vice versa, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so about this book. So this is, I don't want to give too much away because it is like a book with a lot of surprises, and to give it away would kind of ruin that surprise. So the basic premise that there are children with extrasensory perception, ESP, telekinesis, precognition, and of course Stephen King has dealt with that before, going all the way back to his first novel, Carrie, and then we get into Firestarter, and there are probably other, well, The Shining. So he's dealt with this subject before. But it centers around a boy named Luke who is a genius, and it's beyond a high IQ. He really can just do anything mathematical. And he also has some other abilities, telekinesis and this type of thing. So the Institute, and I'm not giving too much of a way to kind of set this up because it's in the description. The Institute is this organization that is like a secret organization, not connected with any political system. It's its own entity. So the Institute has like these world ramifications that they're using these children's psychic abilities to create these events, whether it's to assassinate a world leader or to change the course of history. And in their minds, they're doing good, but their methods are very evil and nefarious. And there's some great villains in this book. So, and there are also adult heroes. So it begins with a cop who is kind of like a little hit in the road because of something that happened in his past when he was on duty as a policeman. He's trying to get away from it, and he ends up in this small town in South Carolina called Dupree, and he ends up being what's called a night knocker. So the beginning kind of starts like this. Now, I never even heard of what a night knocker was. I had to Google it, but it's basically a beat cop. And no one else in my group had heard of that either. So I don't know if it's a New England thing or a Southern thing or what, but I had never heard that expression. Anyway, so he's kind of overqualified for the job, but he starts doing that, and he meets these various characters in this small town, including kind of like your resident crazy lady who believes in UFOs and is able to see things. And then they later come into play with the children. And a lot of the, I would say the majority of the story takes place in the Institute. And King is great with writing kids. So we have this group of children with different types of psychic gifts who have very unique personalities, and you really feel for them and what they're going through. So it's really good. It moved, like I said, even though the book's long, it really moved, and it was hard to put it down. So I think that is always a great recommendation when you have to kind of force yourself to stop reading because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you got to get some sleep. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I know that my group really liked it too. And I highly recommend The Institute by Stephen King. You won't be disappointed. If you're not a Stephen King fan and you're just looking for a good thriller, I highly recommend it. And if you are a King fan and you're like, well, I don't know if it's good, it really is good. And from the other reviews I've been watching, a lot of people agree. It's a really great read. You chasing away the birds. So that's all I have for today. If you read The Institute, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. And I will see you soon in my haunted library. Bye.